Hey, this is Ryan from Web Eminence, and I'm doing another video on Google Ads and sharing an organizational tip that could make a big difference for you in your Google Ads campaigns and the success you're having with them. So if you're building campaigns, you probably know you should organize them and structure them in some way, maybe by product or service areas. That's pretty obvious. I'm going to show you something a little bit more advanced. It's still simple, but a lot of people may not think of it. And it's called tiering your campaigns. I don't even remember if I came up with that term or if I learned it somewhere, but it's something that I do for some clients when it makes sense. So basically the idea is to have tier 1 be a campaign that is your best keywords that are maybe action oriented and that are the best fit for what you offer. And then tier 2 or beyond, you're probably just gonna have two tiers, tier 1 and tier 2, but tier 2 would be more general keywords that are more broad, maybe higher volume, but not quite as laser focused on what you do. So those tier 2 keywords would be more secondary probably to your success. So the idea here is to separate the budget into separate campaigns so that you're focusing on tier 1 first and getting the most you can out of those and really maximizing your impression share on those tier 1 keywords first. If you mix them together, you're going to mix the budget, and the tier 2 keywords may take over and kind of crowd out the tier 1 keywords, and you're going to have poor results there. So I'm just going to show you two quick examples to kind of help you understand what I mean by tier 1 and tier 2. The first example I'm going to show you is a moving service. So this is actually a moving company in New York City. So they provide a vehicle, but they also provide service. So, you might go after keywords like moving van rental, but we've kind of found that when people are searching for a man, specifically man with a van, that's a popular term that's used, or moving van driver or moving van service, because that kind of implies that they're going to be looking for help as well in the form of manpower. So we put those keywords in a campaign called Moving Van Services T1, and I label it T1 to signify tier 1 in this case. So we have things like man with a van, like I said, locations, driver near me, service, 2 men in a van, things like that. So they're very targeted, and we want to maximize this T1 campaign first. So we are not currently running the tier 2 campaign, but it would have things like moving van, rent a van, van rental. So these could be people looking for moving help, but they're actually just searching for a van rental. So they might just be looking for a vehicle, in which case they wouldn't be a great fit for this client. So while we might go after those if we feel like we need more volume, we want to spend our money first on the T1 campaign. So that's why we separate it. Here's another example. And this is a client of mine that offers baby proofing consultant. So they'll actually come into your home and help you child proof your home or baby proof it. So in the T1 campaign or tier 1, we have words like installation, service, company, consultant, install, professional, things like that. So those are all going to be words where the searcher is probably looking for help, someone to actually get on the phone with them or come into their home to do it for them. And that's what this client offers. So that's the tier 1 campaign. Now there's a lot of other things that people could search for that would kind of put them in the realm of being interested in what this client offers, but they're not searching for it specifically. So the tier 2 campaign in this case was things like baby child proofing, baby proofing checklist, baby proofing home, baby proofing products, and things like that. So these people might be interested in a consultant, and they may not have even known that existed in their area. So we might want to expand the volume with this tier 2 campaign, but we definitely want to maximize our impression share for the tier 1 campaign first. So that's kind of the thinking behind this strategy. So if you have campaigns that have these different tiers lumped together, you might consider splitting them into a tier 1 and tier 2 campaign You might even find that you end up turning off the tier 2 campaign because it's not performing as well as the tier 1. So hopefully you find that helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Check out some of my other videos on Google Ads for more tips, and we'll see you there.